Good evening. Welcome to South Asian Newsline. I'm Limpim Vishum. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Wednesday, the 7th of January. Pakistan Parliament clears bill to set up military courts. Come connect, contribute, India tells its diaspora youth. And Pakistan Supreme Court annuls suspension of 2611 mastermind Lakhvi's detention. And now for all the details. Pakistan Parliament has passed the 21st Amendment of its constitution to allow the formation of military courts in the country. The law, however, comes amid fears about giving more control to an already powerful army in Pakistan.
Both houses of the Pakistan Parliament voted in favour of establishing military courts in the country. The bill will provide a 2-year term to military-administered special courts for trying terror cases. It also aims at regulating terror-suspected religious seminaries. The bill, which is now sent to the President, is expected to get his assent this week. According to government, the military courts were essential to end terrorism in the country.
गर्दी पे जो काबू पाना है वो एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव प्लान है ये बिल उसका एक कंपोनेंट है तो इंशाल्लाह ताला जब पूरे एक्शन प्लान पे अमल होगा तो बेहतरी है.
Two leading Islamist parties, the Jamaat-e-Islami and the Jamaat-ul-Ulema-e-Islam, however, abstained from voting for the bill on Tuesday. JUI Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman claimed that the courts will be used by the government to target political opponents and religious centers. He also said that his party will talk to various stakeholders in the country about the bill.
हम इंशाअल्लाह तमाम मकातब फ़िक्र के लोगों को बुलाएंगे, MMA की साबिक़ जमातों को हम बुलाएंगे, तंजीमात मदारिस दीनिया को बुलाएंगे और आज जो बिल पास हुआ है उसमें देखेंगे कि हमें क्या मीठी गोलियां खिलाई जाती रही और इस बिल में अब क्या वो चीज़ें शामिल हैं या नहीं उस पर हम फिर एक जामे रद्द-ए-अमल देंगे.
Addressing the Senate, Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif rejected all allegations and said it was the decision of the people of Pakistan.
फैसला आज पाकिस्तान की जमहूरियत कर रही है. ये फैसला सेनेट कर रही है, ये फैसला कौमी असेंबली कर रही है, फैसला कौमी क़यादत कर रही है और ये फैसला जो है ये मैं समझता हूँ कि पाकिस्तान के अवाम के नुमाइंदे कर रहे हैं. ये कोई डिक्टेटर नहीं कर रहा, ये कोई मार्शल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर नहीं कर रहा.
Critics say the move will only further consolidate the position of army in administrative affairs of Pakistan. The powerful Pakistani army, which largely acts independently, has a history of overthrowing democratically elected governments through coups. Pakistan has been ruled by military dictators for more than half of its history.
Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj has urged the youth of Indian diaspora to connect and contribute for the growth and development of the country. She was addressing a gathering of youth of Indian origin as part of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas or the Indian Diaspora Day.
Highlighting the prospects of the Indian economy, Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj called for investments from the diaspora in key government initiatives such as Make in India and Clean India campaigns. Addressing the youth conclave of the diaspora meet, Swaraj said the world was today looking at India as an attractive investment destination and urged the non-resident Indians to be a part of it.
What excites the world most about India today is the Indian economy, which is now the third largest in terms of purchasing power parity and is showing new dynamism under the present government.
The Youth Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is organized ahead of the annual Indian Diaspora Day celebration. Swaraj appealed to the youth of Indian origin to connect and contribute with their roots back home.
My young global Indians, come, connect, celebrate, contribute and become a part of the momentous transformation taking place in the country to build Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat.
The Diaspora Day is celebrated from January 7th to 9th every year. It also commemorates the return of the father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi to India from South Africa. This year also marks the centenary celebration of his coming back to India to take part in the freedom struggle. The 13th edition of the event, hosted by Western Gujarat, will be officially inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday. More than 3,000 delegates of Indian diaspora from across the globe are expected to attend the summit.
Bangladesh remained tense for the second day on Wednesday as opposition-led violence spread to more parts of the country. At least 4 people have been killed and scores have been injured in the clashes so far.
Isolated incidents of violence were reported from various parts of the country as the Bangladesh Nationalist Party's indefinite shutdown entered its second day on Wednesday. In Jessore, some 230 miles from capital Dhaka, BNP supporters set fire to passenger buses, leaving one person seriously injured. Clashes were also reported in Dhaka between the government supporters and BNP activists. Police have arrested nearly a dozen people who tried to enforce the shutdown. BNP senior leader Fakhrul Islam Alamgir was also detained by police on Tuesday. Party Supremo Begum Khalida Zia remained confined to her office for the 5th day on Wednesday as heavy police deployment outside the premises made it impossible for her to move.
The former Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, Begum Khalida Zia, was detained in her office for last 42 hours. And I'm being detained here in the press club after attending a meeting here since last night.
The ruling Awami League said the BNP is providing a protective cover to anti-nationals in the country.
বাংলাদেশের গণতন্ত্রের উত্তরণের যাত্রায় সাংবিধানিক ধারা রক্ষার যে নির্বাচন সেই নির্বাচনের বর্ষপূর্তিতে খালেদা জিয়া ধ্বংসাত্মক কর্মসূচি দিয়ে বাংলাদেশে মূলত যুদ্ধপরাধী জঙ্গিবাদকে আশ্রয় দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করছেন। আমরা দেশকে ধ্বংস হতে দিতে পারি না। জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনার নেতৃত্বে এই ষড়যন্ত্র আমরা মোকাবেলা করবই।
The BNP leadership is reportedly divided over whether to call off or to continue with the blockade call in the wake of the Bishwa Ijtema. The second biggest global religious congregation of the Muslims is set to begin in Dhaka on Thursday. Millions from across the world are expected to attend the annual event, but with the BNP not taking back its shutdown call, the capital city is gearing up for more chaos. The party had called for a nationwide indefinite blockade on Monday after police refused Zia permission to hold an anti-government rally on the first anniversary of the general elections.
Pakistan Supreme Court on Wednesday upheld the detention order of dreaded militant leader Zakir Rahman Lakhvi, overturning a lower court order. The apex court held cancellation of Lakhvi's detention null and void. The order came on an appeal filed by the federal government against the Islamabad High Court decision. Lakhvi, who is accused of masterminding the 2008 Mumbai attacks, was arrested in February 2009 and was indicted along with 6 others in November same year. Lakhvi, the commander of banned terror outfit the Lashkar-e-Taiba, was granted bail in the 2008 Mumbai terror attack case last month by an anti-terrorism court. But he was detained by the government under the Maintenance of Public Order Act after India registered its strong protests. Lakhvi got his detention revoked days later, only to be arrested in another case. Even as the Taliban seems to step up violence in Pakistan, the nation remembered its teen martyr on his first death anniversary. 15-year-old Aitazaz Hassan laid his life to save hundreds from a Taliban attack last year.
It was a day of gloom as residents of northwestern Peshawar remembered the sacrifice of Aitazaz Hassan. Holding the memories fresh in their minds, hundreds, including Hassan's relatives, schoolmates and teachers, marked the first death anniversary of the intrepid teenager. Paying glowing tributes for his feat of bravery, they prayed for peace in the region. Hassan was killed while tackling a suicide bomber outside his school in Hangu district last year in order to save the lives of hundreds of other students. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the frontline province in the fight against militancy, has been roiled by a deadly Taliban insurgency for over a decade now. The terror outfit regularly targets schools and educational centers to generate a wave of fear among the people. The country is yet to come to terms with one of the biggest Taliban-led massacres at the Peshawar Army School last month, which killed 142 people.
Former cricketer and one of Pakistan's most famous politicians, Imran Khan, has put an end to all reports and confirmed about his marriage to a former BBC anchor. Take a look.
Rumour mills have been rife about Imran Khan's wedding plans for some time now. After days of strenuously denying it, the 62-year-old came out clean about his big decision. Speaking from his residence in the outskirts of capital Islamabad on Tuesday, Khan said marrying was not a crime.
कोई जुर्म नहीं है ये इंसान ये सुन्नत रसूल है, ये इंसान जब चाहे शादी कर सकता है.
Khan had been facing criticism and speculation over his marriage to a former BBC anchor Reham Khan after reports surfaced of their secret nuptial on New Year's Eve. 41-year-old Reham, who is currently working with a Pakistan-based news channel, was a weather presenter with the BBC before. Khan and his former wife Jemima Goldsmith got divorced in 2004. The duo has 2 sons. He further added that he would share some good news in the coming week.
मुझे मौका सिर्फ अब मिला जाने का, और मैं क्योंकि अपने बच्चों को मिलाया हूँ, इंशाल्लाह आपको इसी हफ्ते खुशखबरी सुनाऊंगा.
British socialite Jemima also took to the social networking on Tuesday to wish the newlyweds. Khan's family, however, remains critical of the marriage. According to reports, Khan had earlier been ambiguous about his second marriage as he wanted to discuss it with his sons prior to making a public announcement. Khan, who led the Pakistani team that brought the Cricket World Cup home in 1992, now heads one of the country's major opposition parties, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf.
It takes two to tango, and when the duo belongs to the biggest family of Bollywood, all the moves they make surely hogs headlines. Let's see what's been keeping them busy of late.
The Bachchans are out doing noble work. The father-son duo is taking enough time off their busy schedules to promote various causes. Abhishek Bachchan pulled up socks to flaunt his basketball skills. Inaugurating a multi-sport court at a Mumbai school recently, the 38-year-old star encouraged kids to indulge in outdoor activities. Abhishek, who himself owns a kabaddi and football team, stressed on the need to make sports a part of educational curriculum.
We've tried to prove that sports is a very viable career option, and through facilities like this is where you go and help children have more interest in sports. And I think sports is a fantastic outlet for children, not only for exercise but for character building, so it definitely should be part of the curriculum.
A sports and biking enthusiast, Abhishek also put all his backing to promote road safety in the Western Commercial Hub. Inaugurating a bike rally, he helped in spreading awareness on the importance of wearing helmets. And while the son is utilizing his sporting spirit to the best, Big B Amitabh Bachchan took a different cause. The superstar father joined hands with the government in Mumbai to eradicate tuberculosis and generate awareness about its prevention and cure. The iconic actor and the brand ambassador of the anti-TB campaign revealed that he himself had been a victim of the disease.
मुझे लगा कि अगर मैं स्वयं टीबी का मरीज तो कितना आवश्यक हो जाता है कि और जो लोग हैं देश के उनको भी मैं इस बहुत ही गंभीर बीमारी से मुक्त कर सकूं, और यही प्रमुख वजह थी कि मैं इस अभियान में शामिल हुआ. कब तक अपनी जिम्मेदारियों से मुक्त रहेंगे?
Amitabh is also the goodwill ambassador for UNICEF's polio campaign. He has been extensively campaigning to encourage that children get polio drops and has been credited for playing a pivotal role in making India polio-free.
चलिए ठान लें कि पोलियो का नाम और निशान मिटा दें.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Pakistan Parliament clears bill to set up military courts. Come, connect, contribute, India tells its diaspora youth. And Pakistan Supreme Court annuls suspension of 2611 mastermind Lakhvi's detention. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.